Greetings, hello, and welcome everyone to episode 45 of Cosmic Crit. My name is Tyler, I play a Dross, and I'm really excited to welcome you to what is nearing the end of Book 4, Ruined Clouds by Jason Keeley. It's been a really exciting book that's been really fun to play through, and at the end of every book, it's always nice to look back and see what we've gone through, and not only see what we've gone through for Book 4, but also just the entire adventure up to this point in the AP. I never would have thought that back when we created this, little band of adventurers, that things would have become, as big as they are now. Not just for the podcast, but this adventure has taken us into some really crazy places that have been really fun to play. Paizo's done a great job, and I've really liked Starfinder as a whole. But the reason why all of this is so much fun, and the reason why we get to enjoy all of it here on the podcast, is because of fans like you. It's really touching week after week to see the responses we get, both in the fan challenges, in the viewership of the podcast, and people who just like to participate on the Discord. And speaking of participating in the Discord, I can't believe that we have such awesome fans that they started up and really continue to push the Starfinder Society play here on our Discord. And there are some great, really cool people who are running these scenarios. So if you've never played Starfinder and you're just listening to the show, get in the Discord and get into it. I'm really impressed, because without everyone doing this, we really don't create the Cosmic Crit community, and the podcast really doesn't exist. Yeah, we put out the product and the podcasts and we create the characters, but the community is driven by you guys. I really can't say thank you enough for bringing what I love, TTRPGs, in particular Starfinder, into my life in such a significant way. I never would be able to do this without your guys' support, and just the fact that we get it in weekly doses is pretty much the best medicine anybody could ever ask for. I really can't say thank you enough. You guys are all awesome, and I really hope that we continue to move forward into Season 2, 3, and infinitely into beyond together, and everything just continues to grow, and we welcome more people into the Starfinder and Cosmic Crit family. Maybe the best way I could say thank you is to cut it off right here and just get you right into the episode. Like I said, it's episode 45. Fifth Elemental.
Last time on Cosmic Crit.
A reluctant Hoifek agrees to let the Starfinders attempt to search and clear out the temple.
I told you not killing that guy would pay off.
Battered, bruised, and a little diseased, the group takes a well-deserved rest before making their way to the Temple Found.
To the Temple Found!
Alendra takes a swim in the Dreaming Pool and learns the identity of her black-eyed doppelganger. During her vision, Alendra got a glimpse of a Kish Solarian chanting evil cult of the devoury things.
What is that? Is that sentient garbage?
Even the trash on this planet hates us.
Istamech, where crits are rolled, but the creatures don't care.
At least this building is structurally sound. It is, isn't it?
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Greetings, Paladins of the Universe, and welcome to Cosmic Crit! This week we are jumping into our Go-Line robots, which we can combine into the massive quint-colored fighting machine that is known as Voltron. My name is Patrick Zarkon, and I am your GM here, your Gowrin Malmoran, and joining me is the team of legendary defenders, ready to fight for the fate of the floating Altine castle of Istamech. To my left, Reese Darby in a transformative role for Kiwi actors everywhere. It's Drew playing Nax Sizrak.
Band meeting? Band meeting?
To his left, the brains of this operation using a holoskin to pretend to be a boy named Pidge. It's Jabert playing Andis 147.
Hey Patrick, how are you?
I'm doing great. Across the digital table for me is the comic relief, a sharpshooter, and the best pilot in the galaxy. It's Miles playing Raimi.
I'm a leg!
And he is a leg. To his left, someone will need saving from this princess's wrath. It's Rebecca playing Allura Valis.
It's amazing to be here.
And finally, to my right, strong, sensitive, a fan of the color yellow, it's our Lunka Hunka and yours, Tyler, playing Adros Varanus.
Yellow looks best when you got guns like these.
Hey everyone. Voltron intro.
I love Voltron so much.
You're
so
welcome.
So
How are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome.
Pretty good.
I'm doing awesome. I don't know.
I was about to say, even if that's a lie, I appreciate it. I'm so tired, and we're through the holidays, but it still feels like they're ahead of us, you know? All right. Well, let's get into it regardless, last week you all entered the Temple Found, the former foundry of Istamek. And from what you discovered in the maze of ghosts, this seemed to be maybe the major industry on the floating island. And in fact, it seems like maybe the reason the city was built millennia ago. As you all sealed into the base level of the building, you found a den of a horrific scavenger slime, and beating it to a pulp, spilled its guts, which were namely weapons and items it had picked up over the years. They're at your feet in a slurry of neon orange juice.
Does Raimi have like a dishwasher spell?
That's a great question, Raimi. Why don't you take some effective spells for once in your technomancer career? You have slime.
I'll just whistle for Mr. McStruffins to come in and lick it all off.
Oh man, gross.
That's what dogs do.
Doesn't mean it's healthy for him, man.
It's a pool of orange goop. But in it, you find a haste circuit. What looks like, as you read over the ancient Kish, a foundry flux artillery laser, which functions like a Aphelion artillery laser with 16 charges, a foundry bloodlight plasma rifle, which functions as a Red Star plasma rifle with 20 charges, and a foundry twin bolt caster, which functions like a dual bolt caster.
Cool.
So these were all integrated into the slime's body, and
This thing was.
this is what you're firing at you in the combat last week.
Yeah, I'm certainly not pulling up the CRB to look up any of these things you just said.
Well, what these words mean that you just said.
I think Andis already has a Red Star plasma rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
But that Aphelion artillery laser.
It's a heavy weapon.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit better than the one I think you had early on in the campaign.
Yeah, I think Adros would be interested in that. That does 3d8 damage.
Wow.
How many crossbow bolts came with the crossbolter?
Let's see here.
No, is that dual or tactical?
This is a dual crossbolter.
That's a pretty nice one.
Is that nicer than the one you got from that Kish last week? Or is that a bow and arrow?
Doesn't say how many bolts it has. Let's say 6. I've rolled a random dice.
Okay.
Six bolts. Anybody want to pick up one of these right now? Besides Tyler, you want to grab the Aphelion?
Yeah, if nobody else wants or is interested in the laser rifle, the artillery laser, I should say, then yes, I think he would, put his machine gun and into our little pocket dimension, and then check the charges on this. You said it had 20 charges left?
For the artillery laser, there's 16 charges left, and for the plasma rifle, there's 20 charges.
Okay, so 16 charges left. I will make a note, but yeah, definitely throw those into the gloves of storing.
Great, so we just getting out of that combat from last week. Do you guys, if you want to change out the batteries on this, it's going to take some time to kind of grok the ancient Kish technology with modern batteries. So it'll be the same thing as when we've done this elsewhere. It will take an engineering check and some time to work it, but for now you can use what charges are left in them. Do you guys want to take a 10-minute rest or anything? I forget how bad off you were.
I'll take a 10-minute rest just in case.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I could probably use one as well.
Okay, so taking some time. Is there anything else anybody needs to do in that rest time before you continue exploring the foundry?
Can I be searching these little cabinets and things while everybody else is sitting down?
Yep, it looks like most everything has been scavenged and also slimed. It's most every surface in these rooms, the adjoining rooms, have been covered in slime. It seems like it was down here for some time.
I'm not quite as grossed out after fighting the fungus. I mean, it was bad enough.
This is a walk on the beach compared to that.
Right.
Can I just do a general perception to see if anything stands out?
Yeah, nothing else here, I'll tell you that. So if you guys take your 10, you want to just move on?
Patrick, can I say one thing?
Yeah, what's up?
So you guys actually see Ed Ross with his gloves of storing, and he's trying to slam the artillery laser into the gloves, but it's not working. So he's just like smacking the gun against his palm over and over again, and he's like, "Stupid gloves, go in, go in." It's too big. It doesn't fit the gloves.
Oh no, it'll fit. You take the glove off. fit it over the end of the barrel.
Yeah,
it's gonna work.
Yeah, he's trying to force it to work, but it's just not happening.
If the gun doesn't fit, you must equip.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. So that's the energy we're starting this episode off with. All right. That's good to know. Let's continue on. You guys have rested up, done some searching around this room. Nothing else besides what the scavenger slime has picked up. You see a door to the east, and opening it goes into a stairwell.
Ooh.
Leading upwards towards the main section of the foundry.
Can I do one of those cool kids slides down the rails?
You're going up, so no.
No. Can I use my magic to slide up the rails?
But Alindra can with her gravity powers, just to make you look bad.
I was about to say, roll a d20, Miles. We'll let the fates decide.
I'll roll a 3.
Yeah, you fall down on the floor because that is not how gravity works. You should have known that. What is your guys' marching order? I need to know. Put yourself on the stairs in the order you'd like to walk up them.
Is there any light in this hallway?
No, it's very dark. Maybe a little bit of dim light, as there are some larger, thick windows towards the top of the stairs.
Let's kick on this motion detector, and I don't know what. Heavies, you guys go first. Adras, do you have night vision?
Yes, I can see as well in the dark as anybody else.
I think I'm the only one who does not have dark vision.
All right, so maybe Adras goes first, and then Alindra picks up the rear, possibly. Does that sound like a good idea, bad idea? Anyone else have any ideas?
I would rather be wedged between people who can see.
Yeah,
so
because
thinking Adras and then me, standard marching order.
Yeah, that works.
Andis and I will hold up the rear.
Already,
Alindra's going to be.
We're the caboose of this Starfighter train.
Choo-choo.
Go ahead and place yourselves on the stairs in the order you'd like to go. See how long this takes. Okay, wait. This is the order I'm going to keep you guys in. So, all right. Okay, so it looks like Edros and then Alindra and Knack in the middle. And Knack, are you using the motion detector?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a move action every round. So you're slowly padding up the stairs if you're wanting to use that as well. And then Andis and Remy, range combatants in the back. As you ascend these stairs, you see at the top here, indeed, thick, transparent slabs of marbled quartz glass that allow you to see inside what looks like a chamber to the south. It seems to be a massive factory chamber, almost completely barren save for a few huge broken down pieces of machinery. It looks like it's been swept clean over time. So as you continue on, the stairs lead onward and opens up into a heading to the west.
Can Adras try to open the door silently?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's as much decay here on the foundry, but it is still slowly opens up. There might be a little bit of a creak, but as you open it up, you see a fairly spacious chamber ahead of you. There's a door leading to the west, and you see on the side 2 large metallic containers that reach the ceiling of this room, maybe 10 feet above the floor. Along the ground here, it's interesting. It's muddy. There's puddles of water, patches of earth, and scorch marks adorning the walls. You see on these containers over here to the south, what looks like a flickering light glowing in the back, as well as on the right container, some hastily painted Kish runes or maybe some lettering on the side. What would you guys like to do?
I want to read those.
Read those.
Yeah, I want to read those Kish runes.
Well, it's going to be right over here, sir.
All right, so I'll just step through this trap and.
All right, make me a culture check.
So that is a 23, and I'm gonna go through and throw a little expertise on top of that. So that's gonna be a 28.
Excellent. It was a DC 25 because they are scratched into the side of the metal here. Maybe in blood, a dark red liquid congealed on the side of the container. It is a Kish warning, something you've seen elsewhere on the island before. As soon as you figure this out, we're in combat because as you move forward, you hear the wind blowing, as well as the sound of rocks cracking on the tile floor to the west. You see emerging from the corners of this room, very large figures, 9 feet tall. This one here is made of fire. It blows into a massive burning flame of what looks like a humanoid creature. Behind this, to the west, massive rock monster. In the container on the left of you guys, down south here, 2 more creatures emerge. One of them looks like it is made of wind. The other amorphous blob composed of water. We rolled initiative before we started here tonight because, believe it or not, there was going to be a combat in the temple found. These are 4 very large-looking elemental creatures.
Don't let him touch rings or they'll form Captain Planet. We'll never beat him.
Okay, well, I've already used my analogy for the evening, which is Voltron. these 4 combined. We're just missing, I guess,
heart,
a space elemental.
So are the 3 to the south? Are they trapped in the containers?
They are not. These are wide open.
I want to do one of those like slow-mo, like tiptoeing backwards and then piecing out like Scooby-Doo back down the stairs.
In initiative turn order, we rolled it before they start stalking forward on heavy footfalls on the tile here. But first in the turn order is Raimi Quindar.
All right. So coming through this hallway, this container, can I easily see all 3 of the elementals to the south?
I think you might be able to catch a view of what looks like a creature made of water from where you're standing, but I don't think you can see, maybe you can see just flames spurting up in the right container.
So
just on the edge of your dark vision, you can see what looks like a very large rock monster stepping in your direction.
What Ray Quizzle is going to do is he's going to move in front of Andis and fire arcing surge at the water elemental.
I think it's gonna work a little bit differently because it's made of water.
I can hope.
All right, so I get a reflex save as the massive lightning bolt escapes your fingertips, barrels into what looks like a pretty hefty tonnage of water in a barely kind of humanoid form. Doesn't have a good reflex save. Ooh, it does. It does have a pretty good one. I have rolled 23, so saved on the reflex. What is the damage you've done?
So it's half of 41.
Okay.
So I guess we'll just say 20.
We will, because that is what the rules dictate. It, as you shock it, it does seem to shake off a bit of that damage. You see maybe some steam rise out of the hole you've made in its chest that kind of forms right back over your lightning bolt. So a little bit of damage reduction on these large, look like elementals. Do you want to go ahead and roll mysticism while we're at it in turn 1?
I do indeed.
Makes sense. You're top of the initial order.
It's a 17.
I set the DC exactly at 17, so you can know for a fact this is a fire, water, air, and earth elemental coming at you. And anything you'd like to know about?
I would like to know how their weaknesses work.
Right. No weaknesses, unfortunately. If you want, I can tell you about elemental immunities.
Sure.
And this is something all of them will have. They are indeed immune to the following effects: bleed, paralysis, poison, sleep effects, stunning. They are unflankable. Oh, and by the way, no critical hits on these. I'm sure you guys were fully expecting that to change this episode. Incorrect.
Maybe we just want to go to the ship and leave.
I have a strongly worded letter to write after this.
Yeah.
I love it. So go ahead and roll all the 20s you want, folks.
All right. So they have immunities. What about any? I guess any special attacks that we need to watch out for?
None that you know of, but you didn't roll well enough to figure out anything else about these creatures. So we'll have to save that. Maybe if someone else wants to roll. But next in the turn order, right up next to these crates, Knackfeldspar.
So clearly we have to get the fire guy and the water guy to punch each other, and that'll completely destroy each other. It'll be...
Yeah, no, just stand right in the middle of them, and we'll see what happens there.
If I move back here, do I have full vision of all of them?
kind of looks like it. Yeah, you've stepped as far away from the containers as possible so you can see into the left and the right. Yeah, it looks like you can see all 4.
Okay, so I am going to use an all-purpose get 'em, and I am going to use my new envoy improvisation to prevent that from taking an RP right now. To have that apply to all 4 of them, and also you get a +2 damage bonus to anything as well.
For the next turn, got it. You're not going to forget that at all. It would be Andis's turn, but it's time for all these creatures to go, actually. Starting first with the Flame Elemental, which seems to be a lot faster, ready to burn you up. He's got a few people within its range, I believe. Both Edros, who stepped forward into the room, and Nak, who's stepped back, but still ahead of the other 3. Let's see where I can move. So it's going to step out of the container, and it's about halfway between Edros and Nak. Let me roll, and it's going to go after Edros. Oh boy, Flame, believe it or not, is both bludgeoning and fire damage. So I think this is going against your EAC. What is your EAC?
22. That'll do it.
Roll an 18. That is going to be a hit.
Oh, this is going to be... Oh, man, the math here is going to suck.
And yeah, so it is bludgeoning and fire damage. 13 points of it. So half and half. I'm going to say, because it is a flame elemental, 7 points of fire damage and 6 of bludgeoning.
Okay, so the fire damage is reduced to 2, and the bludgeoning is nothing. So I take 2 damage.
Awesome. And then, of course, the earth elemental is ready to attack as well. It comes up right on top of you and slams down. Only a 5 on the dice. What is now? This is going to be just your KAC. What's your KAC?
24.
And that is going to be a miss. Miss on KAC. We've got a water and an air elemental. They're going to step out of the crate. We've got a few targets for each of these. Let me roll them. All right, looks like the water elemental is going to try and attack Raimi. Get some revenge on being shocked for a goody amount of damage. No. And this air elemental is coming at our good friend Andis 147. So Raimi, this is a bludgeoning attack. You're getting hit with what feels like not a pail of water, but yeah, just like a fire hose of water. A 19 on the dice is a hit. Rolling pretty well here tonight, all ready to start. Don't do too much damage, but 12 points of damage. Okay. And Andis, I've rolled a 17 for the air, and that is also going to be, I believe, KAC. What is your KAC?
It is 22.
Excellent. And 13 points of damage. That is their turn. It is now your turn, Andis.
I'm going to try to make a mysticism check and see if I can figure out... I mean, I suppose this might just be something that I'm familiar with. Do these guys look like they have big old long arms? Reaching long arms?
They're big old reaching long arms.
You know those reaching arms we hear so much about?
Yeah, so you can tell just by looking at them, they would probably be able to hit you in a similar amount of fashion that they are wide. They're taking up 10 foot of space. They got 10 foot of reach.
10 feet of reach? Mm-hmm. For listeners, this is a 20-foot wide room. And they are approximately equidistantly spaced, so not ideal.
You can run through them into the container. It's a 20-foot square container. Plenty of room in there. Yeah. Put up posters on the wall. It's your space now.
Yeah. Can't be flanked. And I'm not going to be able to... There is no square in this room where I can't be hit. There are no squares.
Dope.
In the stairwell, you can back up
right, but then
there and...
But then I have to shoot through people.
Yeah.
Like, I have to shoot through, 4 people. 3 people. So...
Only going to get that cover bonus once, though. Cover is cover.
Good hold.
Okay. I'm going to make a move, but not a guarded step, even though I'm only going 5 feet.
Okay, so you want to provoke
Yes, I want to provoke. Yeah, I'm sort of backing up into the corner away from the air elemental.
Okay, yeah, so I'll try to make a attack. I have rolled a 26. How's that do?
26.
Exactly.
Yeah.
13 points of damage.
Okay. Then I'm going to take a shot with that old discombobulator. Oh, man. That's only a 15 on the attack.
It's
Against
it's a
air?
17.
Against the air. 17, yeah.
And that is EAC.
Correct.
You best thank your boy Knack, because that is an exact hit.
Yes!
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Hooray for low damage. 16 points of damage.
18.
18 points of damage.
18. Alrighty.
Just gets better and better.
And that brings us to Alindra Valis' turn. Got the water and air elemental right on top of you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to take a guarded step back next to Knack.
Don't lead him over here.
And use Crush on the earth elemental.
Okay, so Crush, it'll have to make a fortitude save. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and on the air elemental,
I think she said earth elemental.
Earth, yeah.
oh, sorry, earth elemental. Ooh, maybe that'll be a different number, but I've rolled a 15, so that's going to be same number. 24, so it has passed.
Okay, I tried.
And that brings us to Adros.
Oh boy, this is like a firing line of elementals against our not so great formation here.
Guys, not gonna lie, this is a very hard fight, and I wish you the best luck.
That doesn't seem sincere.
I really do. I wish you all the best things in life, forever, how long you have to enjoy them. What do you want to do, Adros? Got both the fire and the stone almost flanking you, right behind you.
You're gonna love this, Patrick. You're gonna be so happy. I'm gonna back up, pass out of the earth, through the fire, next to Knack. You can make 2 attack of opportunities there if you'd like.
That is unexpected, but let's see. Oh, I rolled a 3. That's going to be a miss. We know for a fact. And a 11, so a 26 against KAC for the rock monster.
You sure you don't want that to make that the fire monster? Fire monster's better for me.
Rolled it. 11 points of damage. And what do you want to do for your standard?
I've been walking around trying to shove that artillery laser into the gloves. So I figured that's what I have out. So let me do some quick math here. I'm going to go ahead and hope that the fire elemental can't attack that many times.
Mostly in Starfinder, it's a single reaction that you guys have per turn.
Awesome. So then I'm going to try and shoot the rock elemental looking guy with the brand new artillery laser.
Alrighty, make me a EAC ranged attack.
And then I'm going to drop it. Or as Adros does, throw.
Throw it in a place that'd be really easy.
Yeah. So that's 21.
That's a hit.
That's 20 points of fire damage.
Already taking a good amount of that. It does have damage reduction as well. You see some of these bullets just absorbed into its rocky chest, taking us to top of the turn order again with Raimi Quindar.
I am going to spend a resolve point to teleport 30 feet.
Oh, yep. That is the answer to this puzzle. Get out of there.
And
moving into the container.
Yes. Raimi is going to go south into the container, and then I'm going to cast Explosive Blast.
What's the area of effect on Explosive Blast?
So it's 20 feet.
20 foot square.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to cast it here so it doesn't hit any of my teammates. So it's going to be right behind the ice and water elementals.
That will be right outside of Andis, because it will be up here. So if you want to cast it there, it will give a reflex bonus to the air elemental, but it'll get that blue water elemental in full.
Okay.
That what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make me a roll for some damage. I'll make some reflex saves. First for the water elemental. Has made it. And now for the air has failed. Natural 1, no bonus given there. So what was the damage?
The damage itself was 31.
33, technically.
33, I'm sorry.
So full on from the air elemental. Takes a huge chunk of like the swirling tornado that is its chest, buffets it away. And then about a little less than half on to our friend the water elemental. So that's going to be 16 already. And that is the end of your turn. Brings us back to Knackfeldspar.
Are there any obvious door controls to the crates that were open with these elementals in them?
No, they look more like storage crates, just kind of like a rolling top to close them.
Yeah, I doubt we'd get the opportunity to close them inside the crates, huh?
I'll probably kill you before that ever comes to pass.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as how they are between you and the crates right now, except for Raimi, who moved on through. He's ready to get trapped in there with them.
I am going to say get them, and I'm going to spend another RP I'm going to spend an RP to make that also apply to all of them once again, and with that damage bonus on top of that. Now, let us see. So I am in range of the fire elemental and the water elemental's attacks.
That is true.
Pronk. How are we doing on health, guys?
Got still about half of my SP, almost. 28 out of 40.
Andis, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Raimi, you're in there by yourself. Hang in there, buddy. Here's 21 stamina. Don't get killed.
All right. These guys are going to do some moving where they need to. I've got the air monster moves up. It's within range of Alindra and Andis now. Obviously, going to try and kill Alindra, who's done nothing to it. They're not too smart here, folks. They're angry. They're from another plane. They want revenge. Both the flame and the rock, I believe, are going to go for Edros. Now let's see who our friend the water elemental wants to attack. Obviously, is going back down here to Raimi Town. Moves right around.
Raimi Town? You Guy Fieri?
Yeah. Come on down to Raimi Town. It takes a guarded step forward, and we'll do this one. We'll do this one first. A water elemental on Raimi Quindar. Ooh, 2 on the dice. Missed.
Yeah!
I'm not even gonna ask your EA or KAC.
You're all wet.
Alindra, air elemental, coming at you. What is your KAC?
23.
I've hit with a 24, and that is 12 points of damage. Edros, 2 fire elemental attacks coming at you. First one, miss. Second one, though, also a miss. And finally, the rock elemental moved forward. Okay, your KAC again, sir?
24.
I've rolled a 10. That is a hit for bludgeoning damage, 13 points. That is their turns. They didn't move a whole lot. That brings us back to Andis 147. Got you cornered now, this air elemental.
On Dandy Andy.
I'm gonna do that same darn thing and just move sort of back into the hallway.
Provoke.
And provoke, yeah.
Alrighty. Pokey pokey. I rolled a 3. That is a miss.
All right, nice.
This one is trained on you now. It's like, where are you going? Come back here.
All right. I'm going to take another shot with that discombobulator.
Alrighty. I think that's the name, but it could be your pet name for your gun.
Yeah, that's what it was called. It was called the discombobulator rifle, right?
I don't think so.
It's a disruptor rifle, but that's, close enough.
What did I say? Disruptor bobulator. Make me that attack roll.
That's a 16 hit.
Against the air elemental, right?
Correct.
Boy, unfortunately, I think that one is going to be a miss, even with our friend Nax bonus. Sadly a miss. Taking us on to Alindra Vallis.
All right, I'm going to use those new EO high boots that I have to jump at the water elemental and do a full attack.
Already. So you're moving through the fire elemental's range. It's going to try to make an attack of opportunity. What is your KAC?
23.
All right, so the fire elemental has hit. It's 15 points. We're going to call that 8 points of fire damage and 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Resistances to either, but go ahead and make your attack on that water elemental.
All right, so this is the first one. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Against KAC?
Yes.
That is a miss.
Okay, let's try it again.
Boy.
And same thing.
Oh, 2 4s on
Nice
the
try,
dice.
Alindra.
No.
Wow.
No, roll higher than 4.
Exactly
I know.
the same attack and damage rolled. Oh.
I think roll 20 has something against me.
I need a Dross to go. Tyler, you put some damage on the board.
Nope. Adros is going to say, Knack, back up! And, let's see, then what do I want to do? All right, he's got elementals in front of him. He's going to have to spend a move action to get... He's got the Kish axe in the glove of storing. Because he never was able to get it out because of the artillery laser. So it springs out of the gloves and he's got it. And he's gonna hit the rock elemental with it.
Alrighty, make me that deck roll.
Kish axe! Oh!
Yes.
Boo! Boo!
What would have been a cosmic crit is now just a very nice hit. A delightful hit, if you will.
Unbelievable. So
no criticals.
Tyler has done a cosmic crit on so many enemies that do not get crits in this on this dumb island.
You sink this massive Kish axe into the stone, and it, chips off huge shale of rock. A lot of damage, but you're not able to severely wound a rock, sir. What's that damage?
That's going to be 30 points of damage.
Get him as up.
Mac, did you?
Yes,
I
did.
Burn a +2 this round as well?
I did.
30 points, and it is not looking very good, this rock elemental. Looks like you've chipped away about half of its rocky surface.
Nice. Ha-ha!
That brings us to turn number 3, top of the order. Raimi Quindar, you've got this guy 10 feet away from you, the water elemental, and you're backed into this container. What do you want to do?
Their reach is only 10 feet, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so I'm going to take a guarded step back.
Okay, into the corner. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There is well, I'm pretty sure there's a wall between these two, because it says 2 containers.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, am I like in a spot where I shouldn't be?
No, you can move back to here.
You're like you're like standing on top of some boxes.
Okay.
Imagine there's space there.
All right, that's fine. And I think right now I'm going to use my X-Gen gun on the water elemental.
Okay, go ahead and make me a KAC attack. Ranged attack roll.
16 plus 2 is 18.
Against I'm sorry, you said water elemental?
Yes.
Right in front of you. Against KAC, that is a miss. Another miss. They're so close to these.
Oh, there's so much damage.
But so far, Knack Feldspar, you're next.
All right, so Knack is going to follow Adros's order and take a guarded step here, which I am now out of range of all of these guys, right?
Nope, the air elemental you're within range of, and it's trained on Andis, but it still could whip around and give you a quick attack.
I call out to Adros. Adros, am I giving you enough space?
One more, a little further.
You're not giving me space, though.
Good point.
That's right.
We're just gonna blow up.
So I guess I'm just gonna run.
You could just stay.
I mean, here's the deal. Are you gonna be fully attuned this round? Crap.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, can you do that thing where you like shoot through the legs of a bigger enemy and go all the way to the other side of the room?
I can. Oh wait, so there's a check for that.
Yeah, do it. Shoot through the legs of that earth elemental and just.
You know what?
Get to safety.
Fortune favors the bold. So, can I rewind instead of doing this guarded step?
Yeah, so you want to move forward and instead through the earth elemental that could easily crit you and do massive damage. I'm perfectly okay with this, Drew. Go right ahead.
God, this is so stupid. If Tyler gets my character killed, I blame him. I am going to go all the way
tumble for you?
All the way to the corner here, and I believe that's an acrobatics check.
Yeah, to tumble. This is 15 times 1.5 the opponent's CR to move through an opponent's threatened area. And if you're moving through an opponent's square, it's 20 plus 1.5 the CR. Make me that roll.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to get killed for this.
I mean, we're getting backed into a corner. You might as well try something.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Natural 21. Natural 1 on the dice for this DC 27. It stops you immediately between its legs, bludgeoning you for... Oh, no, maybe I missed. What's your KAC?
My KAC is 23.
Yeah, no, it misses. You can move right on through.
Yes! 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 Woo!
It's not that hard of a game, guys. I just have to miss a few times, and you're fine.
Oh, and I am going to let's see where I am right now. Was I counting on doing this? Oh yeah, baby, I can still hit everything. Get him, and I'm gonna burn another RP to hit everything and get that damage bonus.
Already on their turn, we're going to do a couple of attacks with this rock elemental on Edros. So the first one is a 13 on the dice. Tyler, KAC again?
24.
That is exactly a hit. 15, also going to be a hit. So this is 2 bludgeoning attacks coming your direction. 2 14s, 28 points of bludgeoning damage on these 2 attacks.
Okay.
Fire elemental. Also coming your direction. Ooh, a 7 on the dice and a 12. Those are both gonna miss? Yeah, those are both misses. On the one you have more damage reduction against. The water elemental has a few targets here with Alindra and Raimi. It turns right around now that Alindra has stepped up. Is going to make a couple of attacks against her. First roll is a 16 on the dice. That is a hit. And the second is a 7 on the dice. A miss. So bludgeoning 15 points. It slams into you, a massive water wall, punching right into you, nearly knocking you down. And the air elemental both has Andis and Alindra in front of it. It's going to make an attack against Andis 147, trading blow for blow. 12 is going to be a hit. Second attack is a miss for 14 points of bludgeoning damage. That is their entire turn. They're mainly staying exactly where they are. That takes us back to you. Andis 147.
Oh man, I hate to keep doing this, but so my disruption rifle is totally out of ammo, so I am dropping that on the floor.
Bye.
I'm pulling out my plasma rifle, and I'm going to take this. I'm going to take another attack of opportunity here. I'm going to move 10 feet back up into my old corner.
Okay. So this air elemental sees you pop out the door. It's ready to go.
Yep.
Attack time. 13 on the dice is a hit. 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
God, man, can't catch a break from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I shake it off, and I line up a shot through the air elemental and the water elemental with my plasma rifle.
Pew! Line weapon. Make me those attacks.
I think it's, just the one. We'll see. Oh, come on, please be good. It's a pile of hot garbage, but it's a 17.
17's a hit against EAC.
Yes!
Exactly.
Yes! So that is almost max damage. That's going to be 17 points of damage.
How much damage is that going to be?
It's going to be 19 points of damage to each one of those bad boys.
My pro strat advice for the rest of this combat is you guys should roll over a 10. You should roll higher numbers on your dice. You're just squeaking it in there, and it's pretty stressful to watch. You're telling me this TPK in action. All right, so 19 against both of them. Ooh boy, this hurts. The water elemental. Sorry, taking a number of hits. Let's 1, 2, 3 hits so far. So it looks pretty bloodied. About half the water has been burnt away. The massive plasma line rifle you hit through this thing nearly destroys one of its arms. The air elemental seems pretty weak as well. It looks like you've knocked both of them down a peg. They're moving a little bit slower now. That takes us to Alindra Valis. Turn 3, and just do a quick psychic bond with Rebecca real quick. I think I know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a tough spot because this is a very small corridor and Adros is right next to me. So I can move 5 feet to the right and get both the water and air elementals, but that provokes an attack of opportunity. Or I could stay in place and just hit Adros.
No, you can guarded step. 5-foot guarded step will not provoke.
Oh, even if it's like I'm standing in their reach and stuff? Okay, cool. Correct. Well, okay, and I'm guessing the fire elemental will probably not take a lot of damage from supernova anyway, so I will step away from that.
Your guess is very accurate.
I've been avoiding that fire elemental.
It just grows from that.
Okay, so I am now in range of both the air and water elemental, and I'm going to use supernova. That's a 37 unless they make a reflex save.
Would that be 39?
39.
Okay, reflex save for the air elemental. Ooh, natural 20 on that save.
Blast it!
Half damage.
Oh, so happy he burned that.
Reflex save for the water elemental. 5 on the dice. You destroy it completely. It sloughs to the ground. Giant pool of burning liquid. How's that work? I don't know. It's turned to sludge, guys. I know physics. I know physics. But the air elemental still up. It takes a lot of damage though. What, 19 and okay, so it's almost gone as well. You can see it barely hanging on to the tethers of this dimension. That takes us to Adros Veronis. You've heard the supernova explosion behind you. What do you want to do, Tyler?
I want to do a full attack with the Kish axe, but I'm going to split the attack between the rock and the fire.
Okay, so
first attack against the rock at and I do have get him on this, so it'll be a little bit easier. So that's going to be 19.
That is just a hit.
Yes.
With get him.
Thank you, get him. For 25 points of damage. 27 points of damage.
There you go, buddy.
Bringing the Kish axe down on it, you cut the rock in half. It has been smoted.
Yes!
2 down in turn 3. Second attack on the fire elemental.
Yep. Not as good. Only a 16 against KAC.
16 is a miss. Blade goes right through the Kish axe. The bulk of the fire comes out a little singed. Seems to do nothing. That is turn 3. Top of turn 4. Rainy Quindar with a breath of fresh air in the fact this water elemental bearing down on you is dead. What do you got, Miles?
I am going to cast Magic Missile on the ice guy.
Air elemental?
Whatever.
It's a big old toot. Go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the foul wind.
Ooh.
All right. So that's 15 plus 2. It's 17 points of damage.
And that is enough to drop it completely. It shimmers away into a dull wind, and it is gone from this dimension. 3 elementals down, only the fire left. Knack, Feldspar, onto you. You've moved across the room. What you got?
If I remember correctly, this thing didn't do much damage at all to Adros, so we need to keep this guy attacking Adros. I, of course, want to say get him to it. I'm not going to burn an RP this time because there's only 1 left. But what to do, because my Corona Laser Pistol is not going to do anything. I have a feeling that my semi-auto pistol isn't going to do much either. But I am going to quick draw my semi-auto pistol anyway, just to see and take a shot with that.
Alrighty, go right ahead. Ooh.
That is a 19 to hit.
Just barely a hit with get 'em.
Yes!
Yeah.
For 15 points of damage.
That was technically a 20 with Adros's combined shot. No, what is it called?
Coordinated shot.
Coordinated.
Oh,
there
nice.
we go. And that is, oh wow, great damage on these dice. It actually does take a good amount of that, so it might have to go in your direction right now its turn.
Oh no!
I'm gonna roll this dice, and it's either gonna keep attacking Adros or come on over to you. 5 or 6. We're going on down to Knacktown. Oh boy! Here we go. Adros, you may make an attack of opportunity, but it does indeed
Take it down with
hang
his
a
attack.
left. Go towards.
Oh,
Go
that's a hit.
towards Knack.
Oh, damn!
Oh boy!
32
Yeah.
points of damage?
A 27, that is definitely a hit. Oh, this might work to your advantage. 32 points of damage. Okay, math. It is still up, but you have now cut out a huge chunk of the core, what seems to be burning in the heart of this creature. It's going to first try and burn a neck. Sizrak here, make an attack roll. Boop, 13 on the dice, that is a hit. And Knack, this is 14 points. Half bludgeoning, half flame damage. Taking us to Andis, 147.
All right. I finally have a move action. So happy for it. Right. So I'm going to track, and because it's sort of moved over close to the wall next to Knack, it has given me a nice, clear shot. So I'm going to track that fiery hot fire Inferno Man and blast him with a plasma rifle.
Are you going to hit Knack?
Maybe. So, well, depends on what his AC is. We'll find out here in just a second.
Hold on tight, folks.
Yep. So that's going to be a 18 versus EAC.
Against EAC, that's a hit.
Knack, is that a hit for your EAC?
No, it is not.
Okay. Yeah, so it makes sense because you're firing almost right beyond the range of the line rifle. Actually, I think you might have to. Is it 40 foot? Is it outside the range?
It is 40-foot range.
Okay, so oh no, that might be a miss, and just a miss too. If it's a -2 to hit here, is that 16?
That would be 16.
What's on the dice? Oh no, that's just a miss. Oh no. When rolling a 3 goes bad, who would have thought that would have been a miss? Sorry, that is both miss on Knack and the fire elemental. If it makes you feel better, it taken very little of that damage as it is made of fire itself.
Yeah, it's I was the only reason I was using it was because it also does electricity.
So plasma is a delightful half and half mix of both. That brings us to Alendra Valis.
It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup of death.
You got fire in my electricity. You got electricity in my fire. What do you have, Rebecca?
Okay, I'm going to move right below the fire elemental and then use Stellar Rush to run at it.
Okay, so you can move inside the container, the crate, and then do that. You do need 10 foot of space. What do you want to do? An attack?
Yeah, I'm just going to use a melee attack at the end.
Alrighty.
That's a 33 to attack?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Awesome. That's going to do 24 damage. Do we have get 'em on this?
We do not.
Oh, 22 damage then.
So as you wind up for this running attack, you buff it into this thing, slicing it in half, and it also is dead.
Yes!
Just a few hit points over its maximum, even with that damage reduction, and we're out of combat.
Holy moly.
You guys just kept moving around, and I was like, "Oh, you should just attack. Everyone should just attack." Very low armor class, but very, very high to hit attack rolls.
Let's do sound off. How is everyone feeling? That was a hard one.
Invigorating.
I think I'd like to take a 10-minute rest.
Is anybody bleeding? Anybody cut? Hurt?
I should be okay with just a little lie down here.
Does everybody need to burn a resolve?
Why not?
I do not.
Knack is not going to burn a resolve.
Okay.
But he is going to move closer to the center of the room.
So Andis, Alendra, and Edros all burn in one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Excellent. So what do you guys want to do? You 10 minutes go by. You don't hear anything else coming in your direction. Nothing on the motion sensor.
Let's search these containers.
Good call.
Yeah, so inside it does look like these massive crates, kind of like shipping containers, and there's some broken down boxes, and taking a look around them, you see many destroyed and useless technological devices, whether they be burnt or flooded with water. Why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check, see what we see here.
18.
21.
22.
I've forgotten what the DC is for this perception check of what is certainly not here. There's nothing here if you failed it.
28?
Okay, yeah, it's probably there. If you succeed at a DC 25 perception check, you find among the flotsam and burnt some items what looks in the detritus something in working order. It's like in a container, and pulling it out, it seems like a visor with 3 eye holes, definitely made for a Kish viewer in the ancient past, and turning it on, it seems to work like an X-ray visor from the CRB, Technological Devices.
Cool.
I wrote down. Oh no, I did write down what this does. That makes sense. It is an adjustable viewing device that rests over your eyes like goggles or thick glasses and sends out X-rays, so you can get a normal image superimposed on your what you would regularly see, and you get the sense through vision, though it can still be blocked a la Superman's X-ray vision, and also limits you to black and white vision only. but it is, while the visor is active, it goes out to a range of 60 feet, and while it is active, you don't get any other bonuses to other senses. You don't get low light vision or dark vision, but it allows you to see through very thin walls and other materials like that, and it's just a move action to activate, deactivate.
Pretty cool.
So it doesn't operate like dark vision operates. It operates as a see-through walls kind of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't give you any special vision. It doesn't work with your own. It just gives you this black and white vision you can use.
So would the walls of this place, would we be able to see through those, or?
It depends. It depends on the wall. You can tell that for sure thicker material you can only see, like lead, maybe an inch through. Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at some of the other container, like the container that it's in, just a couple inches of regular metal are going to stop it. But you can see maybe through the tile and the dirt, you can see down like a couple feet through that. The areas of the foundry where it's like stone walls, you can see a foot through that. So a couple different things. You can check this out. CRB.
Gang, would anybody mind if I slapped an 8-charge battery in there and took this high-capacity battery out of this thing?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So we can use it for 8 rounds with this charge, but boy, having another high-capacity battery would be great for me.
Make me an engineering check. Yeah, no, it's their lifeblood. Make me an engineering check to see if you can alter the Kish battery. Oh no, I guess if you want to use it in a Kish device, I'm going to allow that without a check.
Hooray!
If you're putting it into your disruptor rifle.
Yeah, that's sort of the thought.
Just turning it on, if you do want to try it out, it looks like it will, unless you alter it to work with 2 eyes, it will be very hard to use, and it could sicken you by using it with the Kish vision, how it's done now. But if you spend some time and make an engineering check, you can fix it so it'll work for you guys.
Can we do that during the 10-minute break?
It'll take a little bit longer. It's going to take about an hour.
What's our timeline on this? We're on a 24-hour timeline?
Nope, that was just to get in the building. You guys can rest here if you want, or do whatever you need to.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it might be useful to have this so we can just take a peek into rooms before we go in there. Use it to scout.
Yeah,
sure.
Can we use assist engineering checks to reduce that amount of time?
If you maybe beat the DC by a little bit, but if you want to, anybody that wants to roll to assist Andis or Amy, who wants to do the roll?
Yeah, I'll do it. No big deal.
Okay. Did you want to do it, or?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, so make that roll, and then anyone else can roll to assist. So
30
or not. 30 is going to do it. DC 28, so you can spend an hour here while you guys are resting, looking around these crates and containers, and basically you'll pop out that third eye for the Kish, and it'll work. It'll work normally now.
All right.
Something else I'd like to look at is you mentioned scorch marks. Is that just from the fire elemental, or is there some other reason that scorch marks might be in this corridor?
It looks like, these guys have been here for, I don't know, days perhaps, and they've left their mark, as it were, with the muddy splotches and the scorch marks. These were from the elementals who seem to be hanging around here.
Okay, cool.
Patrick, can Adros make an engineering check to figure out why the artillery laser won't go into the gloves?
I don't know. You tell me. Is that one you can make?
Yeah, it's a class skill for soldiers.
Okay.
But I do have a -1 to it. So I rolled a 13. I got a 12.
I'm guessing because it only allows up to 1 bulk of item in the gloves. Is that correct?
Oh, okay. I think he finally figures that out and just leaves the Kish axe in the gloves and
I'm guessing
holsters the massive laser.
Is that true?
It can hold up to 2 bulk, and the laser is 3 bulk.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That makes perfect sense now that you explain it. Excellent. So you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you move forward through the hallway here, it opens up going west, another corridor north and south. You see a Kish body laying prostrate in front of you.
I want to poke it with a stick.
Whoa. Could be a trap. We should approach cautiously. Where? Never mind. We've approached it.
listeners, there's like a chalk outline here.
It's a great drawing of a Kish body. You're welcome. I don't know which
looks like a
side
pot
is the
leaf.
head.
Okay, so this would be a great place for the Law and Order sound effect to hit.
But looking over it, it does seem, just taking a peek, that there are small symbols carved into the flesh of this creature. If you peer closer, they do seem to be small circles, little accretion discs.
Cult of the Devourer!
Why would the cult take the time to carve its symbol into the body?
Yeah, Patrick, do we know, is that something that cultists do to themselves, or is that like an initiation rite, or is this sort of a new thing we're seeing?
Not something you've seen too much of, but Alindra, if you recall from last week, your vision in the dreaming pool, you saw something very similar to this happening to a Kish body.
Yeah, I was about to pipe up. So Alindra would tell the group, this is very familiar to me. In the dreaming pool, I saw very disturbing images of what we may find here.
So as you try to explain what you saw to your fellows, you saw a Kish carving these symbols into this Kish body.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was like the Solarian guy, right? And he was carving into a body.
That is, if you say, and it was this exact body?
Yes.
I mean, that is both eerie and amazing, but
I'm just going to stick with eerie.
I think we should probably bring this Kish back to the tribe so that he can be buried properly. But it is a poor omen for what we are to find deeper within the temple.
I suspect the carver is somewhere in this temple.
Anything else you guys would like to do here?
Does the body seem to have anything else of value on it?
Nothing valuable that you can see. It looks like it's been stripped.
Move on.
Alrighty, so continuing on in these hallways to the north and south are what look like Kish nameplates on top of small offices. And peeking your head inside, you see what seem to be maybe 10 by 10 foot rooms that are converted into modern Kish chambers. There are these small murals on the walls, simple mats made of dried reeds, and the smell of candles and incense in these rooms. Very similar to what you have seen in other holy sites of the Kish, maybe meditation chambers or something along those lines here. To the north, you see the barred entrance leading to the courtyard outside, and that is, it looks completely jammed up with furniture and refuse. It seems Xavra's men barricaded this at some point in the past and was sure to keep everyone out, including Hoifek's hunters and curates. To the south lies a door, and opening up, you see this large factory you saw from the stairwell with the silent machinations of a massive assembly line that have probably not operated in thousands of years. You can explore this space a bit, shining your light here and there as you go, but it feels like nothing more than a tomb of broken parts and stone flooring. But the hallways, the offices continue to the west. You guys want to continue in that direction?
Yes.
A lot of tombs have treasure in them.
I mean, you can see at least, 60 feet in that direction. There's nothing. It's just like broken parts and stone. Entering into this next room, this next chamber, you see a large assortment of desks arranged in cubicles, about 5 feet tall, many heaped with dried flowers and decorative grass weaves, as well as small Kish trinkets, assorted, crafted items. The carpet here is severely worn down, but it looks cared for and of a high original quality. So this was original to the building.
Patrick, this is maybe something that I should have asked when we sort of took a look in the factory floor. Is there any way to tell what they were manufacturing?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much of anything is left in that factory floor. So you can tell that there are like these giant holes and footprints in the concrete where machinery once stood, but it was cleared out or destroyed at some point in the ancient past.
Okay, so it's not like there aren't like outlines of like dust where the machinery was like recently removed. It was at some point along the way.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's broken down over millennia. See, to the north here in this office, you see a large red door, and as you guys step around the corner, Alindra and Edros looking in that direction, I need everyone to roll initiative checks.
Oh no.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I am rolling like ding dongs tonight.
I cleared my cache, and I swear it helped. Like, that's, yeah. I actually hit after that.
Yeah, as you guys are moving around the corner, Knack, make me a perception check.
It's a 24.
Yeah, I'm going to allow you to act first. You hear what sounds like, on the opposite side of this chamber, a bow being drawn back. Twang of the top bowstring.
Who got the X-ray goggles?
That's not going to be combat effective, so.
Oh, okay.
And Andis.
And just clarification: these are like are these walls or these half walls?
Cubicles.
Cubicles.
5 foot tall.
All right, guys, I think I hear something. Be on guard. Over there in the corner. Get him.
You can't see him yet, unfortunately. You've heard a general direction.
My big ears hear something in the northwest corner.
So won't be able to cast get him if you don't see him. Do you want to make a move or a standard action?
You said that these walls were like 5 feet tall.
Correct.
Can I climb over one to get right here?
Make me a athletics check. Remember last time you made good athletics? Get out of that crumbling building.
This could be like that scene from Hot Fuzz where he hits the fence and falls
That's
over.
an 8.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens, Tyler. Yes, I love it. You're able to get up, but you do fall down on the opposite side, knocking into some Kish trinkets. They scatter to the ground as you go, but I'm sure that won't be a problem with you. That is your move action. You got a standard?
I guess not, because I can't see this guy. So
Not yet.
no.
This guy is poking his head around the top of the row of cubicles to the north. A Kish with a bow and arrow just takes one shot at Adros, who is in the front. Ooh, boy, natural one. Okay, oh, God. A great way to start this.
Hey, you could really hurt someone with that thing.
It's the cubicle in front of you, and does a lot of damage to that cubicle, but
My TPS report was in there.
glad I didn't roll multiple attacks, because that would have been too affectatious. You hear what sounds like multiple Kish warriors. Maybe even if you don't speak the vulgar Kish language, you've heard this a few times. Those of you that do, I think, Knack, you took Kish, right?
I now know Ancient Kish as part of my level 8 abilities.
Well, you guys can pick up a few words from this. You hear one of them, what sounds like in the center of the building, shout out,
Xavra has promised whomever fells the most demons shall serve as Huntmaster. Once Hoifek is dead, do not let them proceed.
a couple more Kish popping out. This guy's gonna make a ranged attack again at a Dross. Gotta get roll well one time. There we go. 17 on the dice. Damage rolls. All right, for this arrow, it is going to be 13 points of damage, piercing at Dross. This guy climbs over the cubicle in front of Max Sizrak, and trapped in the small cubicle with him is going to bring a Kish axe down on his head. What is your KAC, Drew?
My KAC is 23.
Okay, rolled rolled just a 23 and on the dice. That'll do. Big old Kish axe like the one you found in the House of Renewal coming at you. 16 points of damage, and we are on to Adros Veronis. Kish, fight. What you got, Tyler?
Knack is in a bit of a pickle. I feel like I can leave these other two up to Alindra. I can't leave Knack to his lonesome with an axe bearing down on him.
Why not?
So I'm gonna step over him, I guess, and I'll stand over Knack, trying to protect him and attack this guy.
No, you cannot stand in the same square as him. You can move through his square.
I'll move through his square then.
And take an attack of opportunity. Go right ahead. Your KAC, sir?
24.
Higher than Knack's. That is a miss.
Awesome. Then I will... It's a Kish axe battle.
Kish axe versus Kish axe.
Yeah.
Bunch
Who
of-
will win?
Bunch of Kish axes.
I would really like that natural 20 back from the previous encounter, but 17 on the dice. I'll take that.
Maybe it's important to note that they are all using archaic weapons. So I probably should have mentioned this. Take 5 hit points back, everyone that's been hit, if you're wearing normal armor. But they are wearing archaic armor, so you do full damage against them.
Oh, okay. Well, then that arrow shot did no damage to me.
Yay! It's still it's sticking out of the front of your chest, but it's like lodged in the ceramic plate up front.
He's still yelling. You could really hurt someone. Put down the toys. Put down the toys.
What'd you get with your attack?
A 31.
Oh boy, that's a hit.
Okay, that's 27 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. So bringing the Kish back down, you do more damage to him than it did to Knack for sure. And that takes us to Alindra.
All right, I'm going to Stellar Rush at the guy right in front of me.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep, and I'm going to, I think I'll Bull Rush him.
Oh, okay. Could go ahead and make that attack.
It's a 35 to attack.
Yes, you Bull Rush, and against KAC, you've beaten it by 10, so you're pushing him back like over 10 feet as he knocks down the hallway, and reflex save for the Bull Rush, correct?
Apparently, yeah.
For the fire damage.
Yeah. What was the damage that you did?
14.
And DC, is it still DC 18? So it just saved. So taking 7 points of damage.
I just had this really cool image as she's running down, just like the cubicle walls, like blasting off behind her as like the fire just launches them to the sides.
Oh yeah, no, this place is gonna need a quick cleanup crew after you guys are done. I'm sure. Come around turn 3, it might be in a state of disrepair.
We got
That
Terry
brings
Tate,
us-
office linebacker, in here, taking everybody.
Yeah.
If you kill the Joe, you have to make some no. That brings us to Raimi. It is your turn.
So Raimi's gonna stroll north to the corridor where Alindra is, and he's gonna cast Magic Missile on the Kish that was attacking her.
Okay, that's the one she has knocked back, so this is going to be 2d4. Ooh. Oh, boy. Well, you've accidentally rolled 3d4, but we're only going to take these first two, but you rolled 4 4s on 4s. I don't like that at all. That doesn't bode well.
Yeah, so that's that's 13 points of damage.
13. Okay, yeah, he's not looking too good. Looking pretty hurt. He's, barely holding his bow still. Andis 147, what you got?
I'm going to take a step forward and just sort of lean up against this cubicle wall and use it to steady my aim and take one shot at the fellow all the way in the back against the back wall, and we're gonna sniper fight.
Okay, so he is behind a good deal of cover, as you are, but go ahead and make that attack.
Okay, Rebecca, I cleared my cache. This had better work, or I will be very disappointed. All right, here we go.
Ooh, it works! 19 on the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is indeed a hit, even with that full cover he's getting.
Yeah. And that is going to be 18 points of damage.
18. The disruptor rifle just burns through the cubicle wall he's standing behind, and a lot of that damage knocks into his chest. That's the end of turn 1. We're going on to turn 2. Knack Feldspar, you've got this Kish axe-wielding maniac right in front of you.
So we've saved some of these guys before. Is there any rationale in trying to save these guys right now?
It's up to you guys.
I say,
Are you asking Adros?
I say to the open comlink that I have.
I intend to take this one alive. Switch your back.
All right, so if you're gonna take that one alive, then I'm going to pull out my arc pistol, set to stun, get him, and attack the one with the blue dot right in front of Adros and Knack for non-lethal damage.
All right, he's gonna make that attack of opportunity against you. We're in a new turn here. Thwomp. Your KAC again was 23.
My KAC is in fact 23.
It hits, and I'll give you that. Ooh, I'll give you that full damage. 22 normally, so 17 points of damage, Drew.
Ow.
Dross, why did I let you talk me into things like this?
What have you rolled for your attack?
I've rolled a 33.
Yep, that's a hit. Damage.
For 8 damage. Non-lethal.
Okay, knocking him back a little bit. He looks shaken, but still up, still in the fight, and it is his turn. He's got 2 targets in front of him, Edros and Knack. I think it'll only be right if 2 attacks coming at you. 1 at Knack, 1 at Edros. Let's just do Edros first. KAC first attack. All right, that is going to be a miss. Rolled an 11 on the dice. Second one's coming to Drew. Knack. Feldspar. 15 on the dice. A hit. Even with the double attacky. Ooh, lots of damage here. That is 21 points of damage. Let's see. Slices into the small Asogi once more.
So is that 21 adjusted for archaic weapons?
That is indeed adjusted.
All right, I gotta do math now that I'm into HP damage.
Another one comes from around the corner of the cubicles, running up to Edros with a Kish axe drawn. Rolls a 3 on my attack roll, so probably not going to hit. And we've got 2 that still have their ranged elements down here at the end against Alindra. They're just going to stand where they are. They're going to try and make a couple attacks each. These are not unwieldy. Nope, quick reload and log kick. So let me do this first one's 2 attacks. 1 hit and 1 miss with the bow. The second one, Alindra. What is your KAC?
23.
I've rolled an 18 on 1. That is a hit. The 16. 16 it's a miss. Ooh, just a miss. Okay, so 2 hits. The first one coming at you. Very high on the damage dice. That is 13 points of damage from the first arrow. Adjusted for it being archaic. It pierces your modern armor. The second arrow, a little bit less, 10 points of damage. That's both piercing damage, and that is their turn. Edros Varanus, you're now nearly surrounded by 2 of these axe-wielding maniacs. What do you got?
Guys, these things are sharp. Please, just won't you consider putting down your arms and just giving up?
Edros, I'm pretty sure we should just kill them.
Nope, he's speaking common at them.
Okay. All right, go right ahead. Do what you're gonna do.
He's gonna turn the axe to its flat side, and he's gonna try and kabonk the crack out of this one guy he's already hit. So the king of kabonking once again. This guy has get him. I think the blue guy has get him on him. So
he does.
Okay, cool. So -2 to these. Oh, it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I rolled a 2.
Rolled a 2? Oh, on the dice? Yeah. It's -4 if you want to deal that non-lethal damage.
That's fine. Okay, -4. Yeah, his second attack, trying to continue the kabonking. Okay. That's gonna be, that might do it. 24.
So if you're doing multiple attacks, -4 for that, -4 for the non-lethal. So 20?
Oh, right. Well, +2. So it'd be.
Oh, you're doing against the same one again. Yes, that is going to be a hit against this one that you've already hit.
Yep. 33 points of kabonking.
Oh, yeah. No, you nearly brain him with the flat side of the blade. He goes down in a heap unconscious. Yeah.
He points at the other Kish. You're next!
The demon speaks! Seriously, if you saw a Vesk for the first time, you'd have to be like, oh, gosh. That is Edros, Alindra. You've got these 2 archers on you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I considered using diplomacy and non-lethal, but she had a vision of these guys. I think she knows that they're bad news. They certainly work for a guy that is bad news, so I think she has no mercy.
Guilty by association. Get him!
Yeah. So I'm going to Stellar Rush at this guy, but this time I'm going to use a melee attack at the end.
Okay.
It's a 27 to attack.
Oh, that's a hit.
Awesome. So that's going to do 23 damage.
Okay, yeah. So laying your cosmic weapon into its hide, you cut through its archaic armor and you take a major gash, huge wound into its chest. You see it bleed freely. He's looking pretty beat up. Drops his bow just out of habit, you coming in close to him. And that is going to take us on to Remy Quindar. Back to you.
All right, so I'm going to move up about 30 feet this corridor behind Alindra. And I am going to use my X-Gen gun at the Kish that's still hiding behind the cubicle at the far end.
The one that Andis hit as well.
Yes, the one that Andis hit.
Okay, a little bit of cover there still for that one, but go ahead and make me the attack roll against KAC. What'd you get?
15.
Oh, that's a miss. Yeah, he's learned his lesson, is now hiding behind the thicker part of the cubicle wall. You managed to shoot up that desk, but unfortunately, he is unscathed. Andis 147, we're back to you.
All right, I'm gonna take a move action to track the one marked in pink, one that Raimi was just targeting, and yeah, we're gonna take one more shot with that disruption rifle.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, that's
Even with cover.
Yeah, that's 18 points of damage.
Oh boy, against this guy in the far back, he's taking 2 shots now from the disruption rifle. 18 points again?
Yeah.
Get that right. Okay, yeah. He's swaying on his feet. Doesn't look like he can hold up to much more of that attack. That brings us back to turn 3, top of the turn order. Knack Feldspar, this one that nearly took you down. It's on the ground, unconscious. You're standing behind it, Dross. What do you want to do, Drew?
So can I be heard by the guy with the green dot?
Yeah, so he's 10 feet away from you.
With my vocal modulator, can I be heard by everyone in this room?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to shout, the other ones are, what, maybe 50 feet away?
45 and 50, yeah.
What do you want to say?
I want to try an intimidate check.
Mm-hmm. So that one, I believe you will have to pick a specific target for demoralization if you're going for the skill.
Yeah, so I want to, I'll target the green dot then since he's right here in front of us. And I want to attempt to intimidate him with what I am about to say.
Okay.
Your ancestors feared us, and you will fear us. Stand down, or we will take your life.
Oh boy. I'm intimidated. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Ooh. That's a 32.
Yes. Thoroughly demoralized. And the Kish that is standing in front of Edros, maybe not afraid of that demon, but hears you speaking the Ancients' language and is shaken for, oh boy, you've beaten the DC twice, which means it's shaken for 3 rounds, I believe. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so, wow, shaken. And it's basically -2 to everything. Do you have a move action you want to do?
Adros, get him.
Oh, like you need to be told that. This one in front of Alindra has dropped his bow, takes out another Kish axe from slung behind its back. It's going to make an attack against her, against KAC. Oh man, he's so weak after being knocked back and sliced nearly in half. Misses completely. The other one is going to scramble over the desk in front of him and get around the side of you. You can make an attack of opportunity, Alindra, on this one because he as well drops his bow.
It's a 27 to attack.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So 29 damage.
Okay, so that one's dead. No worries there. Right. I thought I was going to get a couple cool attacks in. This one down here on Adros is going to shaken. Still try and make a couple of attacks. Oh, I don't like this now that I've already said it. But 20 is a 20. Come on. Oh no, 7 on the dice is a miss, and a 4 on the dice. He's so shaken. Can't get a hit in on the big green and red desk. That's their turn. Tyler, it is now back to you.
Adros leans back to Knack and go, I call this the EV made for TV TKO.
Where is Robob when you need it to record these great one-liners and attack?
I know. And we're gonna do it again. No, we're just gonna make one. He's just gonna wind up just like a massive baseball swing for non-lethal damage. So -2 to this attack. That's a natural 20. Oh baby! That's 62 points of
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. You can't non-lethal a wound critical effect, good sir. Go ahead and roll that for me. Another D20. I love it. I love it so much. Hey guys, guess what? These guys can be critted. Welcome to the party.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. 13.
Excellent. So you pop one of his eyes out as you beam him across the face with one blow. Drop him onto the ground.
That happens and Edros goes, I'm so sorry! Holy crap! Somebody... I popped his eye out! Andis, medic! Doctor!
Andis looks over and sees that. Andis looks over and sees that and he's like, holy crap! Why'd you do that?
He's got 2 more eyes. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
I didn't mean to! I told him not to fight us and he just wouldn't listen! Next said something cool that I didn't understand, and now his eyeballs on the freaking ground!
It's fine. It's fine. Just don't touch it. Just don't touch it.
We'll get it on ice.
Should I put it in a jar?
You're storing it.
Maybe it's milk.
Storing.
But he is unconscious, and we're on to Alindra Vallis.
All right, so seeing that she has sliced this guy right next to her in half and remembering suddenly her vision with Valuria and worrying that her twin sister's powers are taking over her in some way, I think she would try non-lethal at this point on this guy and try to practice a little bit of mercy.
All right, well, Tyler was trying to practice some mercy, but nearly took that guy's head off.
Didn't work for him, but...
Yeah, so we'll see what happens on your dice roll. Let's go. Another cosmic crit.
Oops. All right. No! I will mercifully set this person on fire.
So a natural 20, believe it or not, it's gonna hit. What was the damage?
Okay, 24 plus 27 is, oh gosh.
Can I
And 1d6 burn.
So,
51.
there's one thing I have to say about this. Kish these guys goodbye.
Oh, you had to ruin everything.
Oh man.
Oh man, dude, you're gonna burn into death accidentally.
So the secret to critting is to declare it non-lethal, apparently.
Yeah, clear your cache, your friend, and then love the person deeply.
I cannot believe this.
So a nice little ending to this combat because they are unconscious as well. They did not have 50-something hit points left. And you've got this one to your left, Alindra, has died, and these guys are all unconscious.
Oh, so we need to figure out a way to... Oh my goodness.
Well,
tie them up.
I think 2 of them are going to be asleep for a while.
Maybe forever.
Yeah, I don't know if the one on fire is going to walk again, so...
Tyler, you okay? You're going to make it to the end of the episode?
I'm not gonna make it. Sorry, guys. Go on without me.
This one that you've nearly beheaded, Tyler, is holding on to the hole in its head, drifting in and out of consciousness. And Nak, you hear him be like, "I lose an eye."
Oh God!
He said you would be ruthless. That you would strike us down, but you didn't say you would take our eyes. We wanted to show him we care for the ancestors. You would have defiled their shrines here.
I'm so sorry. I just... We'll take you... There's a wonderful house. It's got a healing chamber and everything. We'll take you to it. That I'm sure it'll repatch that eye right up. I'm so sorry.
You know, Raymond should probably cast tongues because all you're doing is basically growling at its face and you just not know what you're saying.
Except
Dross is like holding his face in his hands, just like screaming how sorry he is.
Well,
except
Nak's right there. If Nak, do you want to to translate.
Next speaks Kish, and so what I say is, you say we would defile the houses of your ancestors, but we are the chosen of your ancestors, given access to your most sacred of realms. You will tell us what lies ahead, or we will take more than your eye.
Ooh, make me a diplomacy check.
So that's a 20. I'm going to add expertise to that. So that is a 26.
Nice. Max on that expertise. You see his free hand, like maybe going to a dagger on his boot, but your words stay him, and he says,
You say you are not demons, but the ancestors chosen. I could have sworn you were monsters sent from the dark lands beyond, or worse. I thought you were they that dwell in between, the ones that they call
to be continued. We'll find out next week.
Dross breaks his neck.
Roll another natural 20, and there's no non-lethal in the world. You're lucky you didn't chop the head off with the blunt of the blade on that one. Wish I had luck. We'll find out maybe what he knows next week on Cosmic Crit.
I'll be very interested.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Also, can you slip the dissected body of the one that Alindra killed under the rug so his friends don't see?
We'll just like push him under one of the desks and be like, he was like that. Yeah.
I can't believe the air elemental would do this.
We'll carve a bunch of accretion discs into him, and it'll be like he did it.
Yeah, Xavra did it.
We'll find out next week. Like I said, I'm glad you guys made it through scathed, not unscathed, but just slightly scathed.
Yeah,
medium scathed. I was trying my hardest to get some crits on you this evening, but I was the crittee, not the critter. Foiled again. And not too much of the temple found left to explore. We're about 2/3 done with this map.
Oh wow.
I'm excited to see what lies beyond next time on episode 45. No, what episode are we on?
This is 45.
On episode 46. Thank you guys for playing with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as always, why don't you say good night, everybody?
Good night, everybody.
Good morning.